Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, April 30th, and today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY, CONY, Nvidia, MSTY, SMCI, and PLTY. So, who had trades yesterday? That's the question. TSLY had trades, CONY had trades, SMCI had trades, and they're hurting right now. SMCI had pretty bad earnings. PLTY had trades, and that's pretty much it that we cover, at least. So let's get to it. We'll start with MSTY because, they're MSTY. They didn't have trades, though, so this should be pretty easy. They're still holding the 330 and 340 synthetic. These expire in 17 days. They are ahead in both. The 330, they are ahead by 15%. And the 340 ahead by 12%. And by ahead, I mean MSTR price is above the strike by that much, which is a good thing because when they sell these positions, it would be, very profitable, which will add to, possibly what we get paid to, the next payment or the following, depending on when they close it. Because again, next week is declaration date for MSTY. However, obviously the 16th is going to fall, after that date. But they may decide to close these early, give us a little present, right, as far as the distribution is concerned. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. This tab, the weeklies, again, no trades, but we'll see how MSTR did. They went up 3.3%. MSTY went up 2.66%. So another really good day. I mean, obviously, the more they go up, the closer they get to being capped. They may be capped on one or two. I'll have to check in a second. Actually, we'll check right now. We'll go to the holdings and see where we're standing. Oh, we're not capped. We're close, though. So here are the calls and where we stand. They have 4 calls. They have a 382.50. 385, 390, and 392.50. The 382.50 is 0.28% out of the money. The 385 is 0.93% out of the money. The 390 is 2.24% out of the money, and the 392.50 is 2.9% out of the money. So, these are not, I kind of scattered-y-do, but they're kind of screwed in a way. But MSTR, hopefully it chills out a little bit, and then we can go out, win these trades and still win, a lot in our synthetics. But we'll see how it goes. So let's go back to the weeklies tab and finish this up. So outstanding shares did increase after a decrease the day before. It did increase by 125,000, if anybody cares about that. The IV on MSTR is 67%, kind of low, actually extremely low. We were nearing 100% not that long ago, so that kind of sucks, honestly. Outstanding shares, 134 mil, 200,000 total net income. Unfortunately, it's a loss of 86 mil because, again, they lost a lot of trades recently during this 4-week cycle, so we can't really go any further. MSTR funds. I did add the Bitcoin price to this file. I was surprised Google Sheets even had it, but they do. Again, this is probably, I don't know if this is live actually. It's showing 94,729. But comparably with MSTR, let's see, they went up 3.3%. MSTY, we know, went up 2.66. IMST went up 1.74%. So MSTY, again, did beat IMST because IMST, we saw they're capped. They've been capped. So MSTY's been kind of beating them for the most part, or at least the last 3 days, 3 trading days. Reaction, I'm waiting. When was that from? I know that's a tough one, but it's from Sandlot. Anyway, Group D declares 7 days away on May 7th. So today we have Group C. Obviously, CONY and the gang going to declare this morning, so we'll see what they pay. All right, payment information. Since we get paid next week, what are we expecting? We have synthetic income of 329 mil. Weekly income, nothing. Really, it's a loss. So we have to deduct that from our net income. Our total net income is 243 mil. So what is our estimate per share? Again, this is the high number. This is not my estimate. This is the high as of right now. As of right now, 181 is the high. The low, I'm going to use the IV, and the IV is certainly low at the moment, 126. Okay, so if you need me to give you an estimate right now, it's between 126 and 181. The last payment was what? 133. So it's kind of in line with that range. Again, we've been having a really, really, really good 4-week cycle. So, no complaints, at least out of me. MSTR holdings, let's finish that up. So obviously we went through the calls. We talked about the synthetics, but what are they worth? They're worth a lot of money. On paper, our current synthetic position is worth 424 mil, which comes to about 316 per share. So again, if they close these out, you would see more money added to the synthetic income on the payment tab, showing an increase to how much we could get paid out, which, again, hopefully it's before the next payment because we all want a nice, sweet payment. So the assets under management for MSTY continues to, grow $3.2 billion. Again, it's just insanity at this point, sky's the limit, right? The NAV is 24.33, trade price 24.33. All right, let's keep going. Synthetic contracts, no change here, 85,000. Again, total insured, 70% are insured, which means they have the credit call spread. But again, no change there. Last but not least, we have the IMST holdings. And yes, we have a change here. There was some change. So one thing I did notice, the new synthetics have been added. As you know, I believe they had 310. So this was old. The 310s were there. They added a 370 synthetic, 64 contracts of that. And then they sold calls on those same 64. They chose a strike price of 390. All right. So let's scroll to the right. 390 is 2.24% out of the money. So again, they're collecting more premium. It's not really that far out of the money though. It expires, May 9th? So not this Friday, but next Friday. So again, you saw the 1,079 contracts. They sold a call way out. It was like a month out. This one, they're going like a week and a half out, like inconsistent kind of here. So I'm a little confused on their exact strategy, or maybe they could do whatever the hell they want, right? Maybe they have the option to do, I haven't really read the prospectus. If any of you have, let me know, but maybe they could just do whatever they want. All right, so they have two synthetics, 310, 370. Both are doing well. And then they have a sold calls, 350, which is not good. It's 8% of the money. And then a 390, which is 2% out of the money. So that's the update on IMST. And again, I'm going to cover IMST because it's a competitor to MSTY. And again, if Rex Shares ever launches theirs, I'm going to add theirs as well. Or if any other company wants to come out with a competitor, I'll add them as well. And then, this will eventually be a MSTR takeover freaking video at some point, right? Anyway, let's go back to the trades. So TSLY did have a trade. Obviously, that ends the coverage on MSTY. What did TSLY do? They did a buy to close put, so that means they're closing out their synthetic. My back is freaking killing me. My bed is horrible. Oh, my God. Anyway, no complaints. Anyway, so yeah, they closed out the 225, or part of it, I should say. And then they moved those contracts to the 280. All right, so why did they do that? Well, again, let's see, that strike, to make money, to begin to move the synthetic. However, look at the expiration, 516 to 516. So really not much going, not much extension there, but they did just move the strike price up and they made, a decent amount of money right there. Let's see if I could highlight it without it going crazy. Ooh, I did it. Some doesn't even show up, sorry. But anyway, we could see it on the other screen. All right, so let me go back to TSLY. My internet wasn't working before, so hopefully it behaves. All right, so here's TSLA from yesterday. Tesla went up 2.11%. TSLY went up 1.64%. So 77% capture on the upside. I guess that's okay. Synthetic wise, again, now they have two. They still have what's left of the 225, and now they have the 280. Again, both expire May 16th. And as far as sold calls, buy calls, all that jazz, here it is. Where do we stand? Well, they have a 287.50. That's in the money. It's 1.55% in the money. And then everything else is out of the money, but not by much. The 292.50 is 0.16% out of the money. The 300 is 2.73% out of the money. The 302.50, 3.59% out of the money. And the 307.50 is 5.3% out of the money. They did buy a call in between around 305. So, that's there to help them. Again, insurance policy, as we say. The value of the TSLY fund is over a bill still. Their NAV is 853, trade price 856. Synthetic money, synthetic on paper is worth 184 million, which comes to $1.55 per share. So that's doing pretty well. 30-day EV of Tesla. Are you kidding me? It's 64%. What was MSTR? Hold on, I got to go back. $67%. Wow, that's close. I mean, what a joke. Come on, MSTR. You're getting too stable on us. Anyway, the IV estimate based on that is 42 cents. Income estimate, 25 cents. Because, again, they did make some income yesterday. If you go to the group's value under Group A, you'll see that TSLY has a total income during this 4-week cycle of 29 mil. So, sharing that with the outstanding shares is 25 cents per share. Okay, going back. Group A declares in 14 days on May 14th. All right, up next is your boy Nvidia. I don't believe they had a trade, but let's just double check. Now, the next one to have a trade is CONY, so let's go back to Nvidia. Nvidia yesterday, let's see how they did. They went up 0.27%, and Nvidia went up 0.49%. So, yeah, not bad at all. Not a bad day. Just chilling out. All right, the synthetics, they have two. They both expire May 16th, a 95 and a 110. Nvidia is priced at 109. So essentially it's at the money for the 110, so that's okay. And then our calls, how we doing? Well, it's close. They have 4 strikes, 110, 111, 113, 114. Anywhere from 0.9% out of the money all the way up to 4.57% out of the money. So again, not too much wiggle room, but we'll see how the week progresses. The value of the fund is 1.2 bill. The NAV is 1437. Trade price 1434. Synthetic bailout money, well, it's worth about 85 cents per share, so not bad at all. 30-day IV of Nvidia is 53%. IV estimate based on that is 59 cents. Income estimate's negative, though. Group B declares in 21 days. Okay, so that's the coverage on Nvidia. Now we will do CONY. The birds are out. It's a nice day. Nice day to drive to the office. Yay. And then baseball after. So pretty long day. Hopefully there's no trades on MSTY again. These are the nights I need to have no trades, But of course, these are the nights where we have like a million. But we'll see how the day goes. It's only Wednesday. Usually a lot of the trades happen Thursday and Friday. Obviously Friday being expiration and Thursday being, they don't want to wait. Put everything for Friday. All right, so CONY, what did they do? Buy, call, sell, put, sell, call, buy. All right, so basically they just added to the 195 synthetic, assuming that pre-existed, and they sold a call for 215 into this week, which is 4.3% out of the money, and collected some premium in the process. So let's go take a look at where we stand. Coin yesterday, kind of boring day for them too. They did go up, though, 0.42%, and CONY went up a little more, 0.61%. So, again, perfect scenario. I like it. Synthetic-wise, they got 3. They got all expire May 16th, a 185, a 195, and a 220. Coin is at 206. So, again, they're up ahead of 2 of the synthetics. So, we'll see how that What happens by May 16th. Maybe they'll make money, maybe they won't. Time will tell. You never know with crypto. And who knows when coin earnings are. It might be coming up with, again, I can't track that anymore. You guys can tell me. And hopefully I remember. All right, they're selling calls, 3 calls, 215, 217.50, and 220. 4, 5, and 6% out of the money. So a little wiggle room. They got, again, 3 trading days. We'll see how it goes. The value of the fund is 1 bill. 1B, all right? The NAV is 822. The trade price is 823. Synthetic is worth 62 cents per share. 30-day IV of coin is 66%. IV estimate based on that, 42 cents. No income. Again, their income's negative, I believe. I just never updated it. Group C declares when? Today. What's their guesstimate? I don't freaking know what I said, but it doesn't really matter because YieldMax is going to tell you what they're paying today. So, yeah, and hopefully it's enough. It's enough for you guys to, go out and get a nice dinner, nice sushi dinner, all right? But, or maybe just reinvest, right? How boring is that, though, right? Reinvesting all your money over and over and over and over and over. When do we get to enjoy our money, right? I am now. Well, I'm using mine to pay freaking bills, some of it at least. All right, up next is SMCY, all right? So again, they had SMCI had pretty rough earnings, it seems. Let's see if they had a trade though. Let's go back. They did buy to close put. Okay, so they had a forced closure on. It looks like people sold out of SMCY, so they closed out part of the synthetic, and then they had to close out part of the call. Overall, looks like a profitable move. Even though it's forced, they made money in the process, so that's pretty good. All right, so let's go to the file again and see how SMCI did yesterday. Looks like in preparation of the earnings, they also went down. They went down 3.53%. SMCY went down 2.22%. So again, rough day, and it's only going to get worse. Synthetically, they have a 35 hanging in there because SMCI was at 36. But again, that's not going to last for long. You'll see on the pre-market. All right, SMCY. Where do these call? I mean, they're all probably safe, to be honest, but they're anywhere from 2, 4, 5, and 6% out of the money. No reason to really get into the numbers because, again, they're tanking today. Bad, and it sucks, but it is what it is. The value of the fund is 140 mil. The NAV is 1977. The trade price 1984. Synthetic is worth 59 cents per share. 30-day IV 93%. IV estimate based on that $1.43. They're part of Group D. They declare next week, so we'll see what they pay. All right. Last but not least, it's your boy PLTY. We'll see how they're doing. Let's see. Let's go back to the trades because I'm pretty sure they had trades. Here it is. All right, they're buy to close put, selling call. So what the heck are they doing? So they are closing out of positions. Maybe people sold out of the PLTY fund. But you can see overall profit is being made because they're in a good spot on all of them. So, again, that's pretty good stuff right there. Again, I should have maybe did the subtotals for you guys so you guys know. But it doesn't really matter. It's all added to the group's value tab, which gets added to the income estimate, which you'll see is pretty freaking massive. All right, how did Palantir do? They went up 1.23%, and PLTY went up 1.87%. I mean, what the hell? I mean, what a day. PLTY's a beast. All right, how are they doing, though, synthetically? Well, they have a 100 synthetic position, and Palantir's at 116, so yeah, they're doing pretty well on that. And let's see what their calls are doing. Well, not really, not great. They have a 113, that's 2.65% in the money. They have a 115, that's 0.93% in the money. They have a 116, which is 0.07% in the money. And then guess what? They have a 125. This was highlighted. I'm not sure what happened. This expires next week. And it's 7.68% out of the money. So we need to be concerned at the ones for this week. We'll see how it goes. Again, as of right now, where we stand, we're in the money on all of them. We are cappity-doo-da, cappity-day, cap. What a wonderful day. All right. Total net assets the value of the fund is 284 mil. The NAV is 64.58 and the trade price is 64.71. Synthetic is worth a lot of freaking money. It's worth 9.11 per share, 9.11 per share, but that's on paper, of course. All right, let's look at what's not on paper. Not on paper, their income estimate that they made about $11 per share. So yeah, man, yeah, you're getting paid. You're getting paid next time. 30-day IV, 87%. IV estimate based on that, 436. But of course, again, their income estimate just too massive. Group B declares when in 21 days. So yeah, you got to wait 21 days to hear the next announcement. But it's going to be a good one. It's probably going to be worth it. Group's value update. If we look here, see if anything jumps out. Again, Group B declares today. So does anything jump out on Group B? As far as income is concerned, GDXY made income, Marrow made income. Oh my God, it's Group C is declaring today, not Group B. Anyway, Fiat, again, yeah, Fiat and CVNY. Those are the beasts. So we'll see if they pay a decent, more than what's normally expected out of them. They probably should. And again, MSTY next week, they should be paying more than their usual. So, but obviously we keep a close, eye on that. And then we have Group A, which, it's a while till they declare, but so far, YieldMax, TSLY, GUI doing all right. And then obviously Group B, it's a really long time till they declare again. But we know PLTY gonna be paying us. Oh, yeah. All right, so that's it for all of the funds. So now what we're going to do, we're going to look at the pre-market. And then after that, we are going to look at my options plays because some people actually give a crap about my option plays. And those people rule. All right, so let's get to it. So we're going to use marketwatch.com to look at the pre-market. Tesla is down 1% in the pre-market. This is as of 5:32 a.m. They're at 289.10. TSLY is down 0.7%. They're at 850. Nvidia is down 1.45%, 107.44. Nvidia is down 0.91%, 14.21. Coin is down 0.1%, 205.93. CONY is up, 0.36%, 826. MSTR is down 0.48%, 379.60. MSTY is down 0.21%, 24.28. TSLL is down 1.91%, 1076. Again, keep in mind, I got a 9 and I got a 950 and a bunch of other calls above that. So it's going to be an interesting closeout for the week. And then TNA, of course, I'm trading them as well. They're up 0.39%. They're at 2606. To be honest, I'm hoping TNA takes chillaxes a little bit and goes a little red today. But they've been doing a slow upside here. IMSTY, they again should probably delete this, but they are down 0.06%, 1542. Bitcoin is down 0.58%, 94,782. BitX is down 1.19%, 4480. Soxol is up 0.34%, 1190. Here we go. Here's the nastiness. Super microcomputer. Again, this company is just never seems to disappoint one way or the other. It's down 14.97%. I mean, what a disaster this is. 3061. Ugh. SMCY, they are down 13.46%, 1717. Unfortunately, this is going to hurt our YieldMax position. Palantir is down 0.51%, 115.49, and then PLTY is down 0.4%, 64.45. But yeah, the big news, man, SMCI is getting its ass kicked, and this is pre-market, right? At the open, sometimes when this big sell-off happens, it does get worse on the open, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it's an overreaction. Again, what happened on earnings? I don't freaking know. Who the hell got time for earnings, right? Most of the earnings are still happening during work hours anyway, right? Yet the market closes, we're still working, the earnings are happening, we're all still working. Like, who the hell's got time for this crap? I just know by seeing posts or looking at the, this, right? Oh my God, it's down. So I'm guessing earnings suck. All right, anyway, so that ends the coverage on the YieldMax funds updates. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. For those of you leaving because you don't want to see my options trades, thank you for watching. And for those of you hanging around, I appreciate it. So let's get to my options trades right now. All right, so as you know, I do my own options trades in one account. No one really asked a question and related to options. I did get a YieldMax question, actually. I forgot what it was. Sorry about that. But if you have options trades questions, I will add it to here, and then I'll remember to bring it up. That's for options in general, not YieldMax questions. All right, so anyway, what am I doing? All right, so we had the options tab, which I'm just going to hide at this point, but this is for the random plays that I do have. I had MSTY on there, but I decided, you know what? I want to add MSTY. I want to give MSTY its own tab because MSTY is the only kind of buy and hold, and I put hold in quotes because it's not like I won't sell calls on them, because I will when I get the chance. But right now, it's only just kind of buying. And I'm buying via selling puts. So right now, as you know, I had that $20 put. It's, it's a $20 strike. MSTY is at 24.33 as of the close. So it's 17.8% out of the money. That expires this Friday. So it looks like I'm not going to get my shares. So this put, it's going to expire worthless. My prior 4 puts, if you look, they all got assigned. Because when I was selling these puts, look at the strikes, man. 33, 26, 25, 27. So those 400 shares that I own in this account, that's my cost basis. If I would have got assigned the 20, that would have helped my cost basis to go to like 26.20. But again, the cost basis is not too much of a concern on MSTY because, again, right now it's a buy and hold. If my cost basis eventually, is either at the current price or lower than the actual current price, that's when I'll begin to sell calls on MSTY. Not on all my shares, but here and there, a few, because I might as well make money. I'm just not going to sell calls right now because number one, if I go far out of the money, it's not worth it. The premium's not there. And number two, I'm not going to sell calls under my cost basis because there's too much unpredictability for MSTY and the options chain. It doesn't make it worth it. But if it's close, if I'm at the money with my cost basis, then I'll do that. But for now, it's just selling puts. So this $20, if it's still very far out of the money by tomorrow or Friday, what I'll do is I'll sell another put, probably 1 month out, and I'll have it expire the Friday before the next declaration date. Again, and the reason I do that is, well, for one, it's not really a good weekly options play because the premium is not too exciting. Again, I'll take a look. Maybe things have changed. So if it is, maybe I'll do weekly until, the next deck, but probably not. I probably have to go a few weeks out. And then I'll go, again, I'll make sure I'll go, the latest will be the Friday expiration date before the next declaration. But for now, unfortunately, it looks like I'm not going to get assigned another 100 shares, which would have been 500 shares for the next distribution. But that's all good, man. I collected $50 for just lending out $2,000, which is fine. Perfect. All right, TSLL, again, one of my regular option plays. Yesterday, I looked and it was green. So what I did is I sold yet another call. All right, so I have another call on TSLL. TSLL was at 10.74. I sold a call with a $14 strike price. However, I did go out into the following week. So typically Mondays and Tuesdays, I like to stay in the week. Definitely Mondays, I'm staying in the week. Tuesdays, debatable. But I didn't see anything worth a damn with a May 2nd expiration. So I chose May 9th expiration. And I went 30% out of the money. The delta on that was 0.14. And the premium per share was 16 cents. So total received $16, which was an annualized yield of 54%. So, okay, that adds to my other calls. Right now, I have about 8 contracts going at the same time. 800 of the 900 shares have calls on them, and they're all over the place. They're anywhere from $9.50 all the way up to $14 now. So they are scattered to do, and they're ready. And then of course I have one put. I sold a put, $9 strike that expires this Friday, but we'll see how it goes. TSLL again closed at 1097. 1097 is above my 9. Right? My $9 call, it's above my 950. It's above my 10. And that's it. All right. So I have, a couple calls in danger, but I'll wait on it. I'm not going to roll them yet. I'll roll them Thursday and Friday. So we'll see how it goes. All right. So that's the update on TSLL. NVDX, no update. Again, I got 3 calls. What strikes? Let's see. I got a 6, a 650, and a 7. NVDX is at 724. We'll see how it plays out. We'll see if these are still in danger. If they are, again, I'll just roll them on Thursday and Friday, and that's it. Thursday, I'll probably do the 6, right? The 6 is more in danger than the others, and then I'll do the 650, and then I'll do the 7. And the reason for that is, it's less likely that the higher strikes on the calls are going to get assigned before the lower strikes. At least that's my thinking. So that's why I would roll them, typically on the Thursday, the ones that are more in danger on the Thursday. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. And then last but not least, one of my favorites, TNA. All right. So TNA was up yesterday. I got to freeze the panes. I didn't do that. There you go. All right. So yesterday, TNA was at 25.97. I sold yet another call, my final call, with a $30 strike price. Again, May 2nd was not looking too sweet, so I went out to May 9th. I went 15% out of the money, which, again, it doesn't seem like enough, but it's enough. The delta was 0.13, I'm sorry, not percent. And then the premium paid was 0.20, which comes to about $20, which is 28% on an annualized basis, which again, not fantastic. I'm going to be honest. That annualized yield pretty much sucks. But again, it's better than zero. It's better than doing nothing. So I wanted to do something because, again, it's hard to imagine TNA is just going to continue to go up and up and up and up and up and up. So anyway, I got 500 shares left that they all have calls on them. All right. They all have scattered-do freaking calls on them. I got how many puts? I got 3 puts open. So I'm like pretty much capped out on my TNA exposure right now. So I kind of just got to let time value do its thing, and we'll see where it goes. Again, if TNA tanks today, maybe I'll sell another put. Probably not, though. I'll probably just let it ride, baby. Let it ride. All right. So anyway, that's the update on that. I could show you my current weekly income. It's up to $149. Again, I want to try to make $500 a week for now. $500 a week, approximately $2,000 a month. And then I got, again, the MSTY dividend, which again, that'll more than cover the mortgage that comes out of the account. And then obviously I'll be able to reinvest the rest. So that's the point of this account. This account now, obviously we're here to make money, but this account's job, the number one job at this very moment, is to pay the mortgage. The mortgage is $1,260 per month. And you'll see this on the Retire Now update, which is, that's the account I trade in. So you'll see then. But obviously, once that's paid, then, the rest will get reinvested. It's pretty simple. And as I trade options, the goal is I'll never lose capital. But, you see that some of these are in danger. So it is possible that some may be let go and capital could be lost. But that's part of the risk. But we'll see how it goes. It hasn't happened yet. So far, so good. I've been playing it pretty safe. Again, with my degenerate ways, it's not easy to play it safe. Believe me, I would love to cut it closer. I would love to sell calls with a freaking higher delta, closer to the money, higher premium. But I'm not. I'm sticking to my guns. I'm playing it safe. And I'm being smart about it because in the end, I need this account to last. I don't put new money. I can't put new money in this account. Most of the new money now that I'm putting in, I'm actually building up my Bitcoin exposure, my crypto exposure, because, I I should have done this a while ago, but better late than never. But I'm working on, I want to have 1 Bitcoin, and it's going to take me a long ass time. I don't know how long, but I'm going to build it up. You know, right now I'm at 0.01 Bitcoin, but I'll get there. Again, I'm not too concerned. Obviously, Bitcoin's all over the place. It could tank. It could fly to the moon. Who the hell knows? But that's where kind of a lot of the new money's going. But anyway, that's the update on my options trading journey. Again, if you have any questions as far as options go, let me know down in the comments, and I will add it to the next video. All right. So guys, as always, this is not financial advice. I hope you understand that. This video, you know, I'm not a financial advisor, clearly. I'm just a schmuck in a garage that records on his phone. Yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm in a garage, literally in a garage, recording on a phone. So this video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, you know, try again tomorrow. And again, this channel is basically just, you know, a regular dude like you. I just started covering, you know, random covered call ETFs, and people enjoy the coverage. So I just keep going. I make 1 video per day. I get up at the crack of dawn before my full-time job. And then obviously, you know, get that video out there, and then that's it. And then I do another one the next morning, and I do another one the next morning. But obviously there's a lot of work involved, you know, after hours when the market closes, if, you know, MSTY does have trades. But you get the gist, and thank you all for being on this journey with me. The channel is still growing. The views are still there, so I do greatly appreciate all of you. I love, you know, you guys, the guys that have been here forever. The new subscribers, welcome. If you guys are confused, I saw a comment. I just started watching your channel and everything's over my head. But again, if you have questions, if I can explain anything better, please pinpoint what that is, and I will try to do that. If you enjoy this content, though, please hit the like button. It does help out the channel. Again, questions, concerns, leave it in the comments below. Outside of that, we got to say the keyword. So again, if you're new to the channel, what we do at the end of the video is we do a keyword, and then you type that keyword down in the comments, and that shows that you made it to the end of the video. So you get the credit, you know, for making it to the end of the video, because it's not easy. It's a lot of jibber jabber, right? It's a lot of drinking water. It's a lot of bird noises. It's a lot of random singing. It's a lot of weird stuff going on here. But if you made it to the end of the video, you got to get the proper credit. So today's keyword is, I don't even know. I didn't even think about it. Some people say it's hump day, but, you know, who the hell knows? I hate, you know, to me, it's Monday number 3. So I don't know what you guys think about that. But yeah, what do we got? I don't know. Should we do something about SMCI? I don't know. I can't think. I can't think. But anyway, guys, so if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you gotta say the keyword. All right, the keyword today is, I'm going for 5K. 5K views, I would like to be the norm going forward. I know it's random as hell. But again, I'm shooting for 5K views. So hopefully we can hit that today. Typically it takes the overnight cycle to hit that. But again, maybe we will, maybe we won't. But again, that's just a goal of mine. Maybe on just today's video, let's hit 5,000 views. And then maybe we can make it a trend going forward. So again, random ass keyword. I know, boring keyword, whatever. But today's keyword is 5K views. So again, thank you guys for watching. And I hope everyone has a great day. And I will talk to you tomorrow.